Oh, hello there. A story? Oh, I would love to tell you my story. Yeah. Well, I heard about Juice Plus, the product, about 11 years ago. That time I was training, or I was guiding professionally year round, skiing in the wintertime and on the river and stuff in the summertime. My wife at the time, who's still currently my wife, Jules Meeker, National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus company now. Back then, she was just a Pilates instructor and was working at a gym with a fellow Pilates instructor, Lori Egner, who kept, I don't want to say pestering, but I'll go ahead and say Lori Egner's a bit of a honey badger. She doesn't quit on anything. And she just kept going and going and going and would not quit on this Juice Plus thing. So Jules and I were headed out on a road trip. We figured, hey, what the heck? Lori seems like a legit lady. She doesn't seem mean or anything. So let's take this CD. Let's get educated so we can make an educated decision. We started listening to the CD. What I was expecting to hear were these grand testimonials about, oh, these magic beans saved my baby or something. What we actually heard were a bunch of doctors speaking about research, about an amazingly simple product that was backed up by clinical research. I have a degree in geology, so the science of it really spoke to me. And yeah, we were sold. We've been taking it ever since. The first thing, that I didn't have any like huge miraculous, everything's better type of experiences. But the big thing that I've noticed first was in the wintertime, the colds that were knocking my other guides out for a week, 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. I would get the symptoms of them, but I wouldn't get the full-blown cold. And I would just recover way faster than any of my fellow guides were recovering. Second thing I noticed, my whole life I just had, I don't want to say debilitating, but pretty gnarly allergies every spring from hay fever, cottonwoods, and it was 18 months after we started taking the products. Spring came around, and all of a sudden my normal routine of like 2 Sudafed and 2 Benadryl to start my day off with my coffee, all of a sudden that was not necessary. And to this day, my allergies, all intents and purposes, are just gone, which is pretty amazing. Greatly changing my quality of life. Lastly, and probably the most significant and kind of personal thing, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober for just over 2 years. And about 2 years ago, when I was at treatment, when you go to treatment and the intake process, they ask you your drinking habits. They ask you like what your daily consumption is and stuff like that. And the intake doctor was not giving me much hope on my bill of health for my liver and stuff like that. So, there I was, at treatment. I don't know if they intentionally let you sweat it out or not, but there I was for like 2 weeks or so before the blood work comes back on my liver and all my other internal organs. The doctor brought me in, and I was prepared for the bad news. But what he shared with me was that he was shocked because my numbers came back as though I was a healthy 18-year-old. Whether it's so I believe that between the grace of God and Juice Plus giving my body the ability to heal itself and rebuild itself the way that it's supposed to, I have a clean bill of health. And I decided this last fall to retire from my teaching career and to pursue this full time. Predominantly, the biggest thing is freedom, is time freedom with my boys. I've got a 5 and a 7-year-old that they are my why. They're my greatest motivating factor in life, and working for the Juice Plus company has afforded me the time and the resources to be the type of father that I want to be for my boys. So thanks for listening. God bless.